You're watching a Love Jack video, where I show you how to create, share, and connect through art. This is Make Art to Mail. With just a few supplies and some time to sit and connect, I will show you how to make a handmade card that is sure to put a smile on someone's face. We believe art has the power to make you happy. So let's make some today and mail some happiness to your friend. When thinking about this month's challenge, hearts, I thought, wouldn't it be so fun to receive a heart-shaped envelope in the mail? Without making it too complicated, we are going to make an easy, eye-catching, smile-inducing heart envelope with a heart card inside. For this card, you're going to need 2 pieces of fun cardstock for the envelope, some white cardstock for the actual card, some scrap paper, and a pencil to make your stencil, scissors, glue, and a stapler. I'm using this mini staple that came with some fun pink staples. Not necessary, but fun. First, let's start by making our stencil so we know how big of a heart we're going to make. Now, I want this to be kind of big, so I'm going to go the whole sheet of the paper. You don't have to worry about making this perfect because this is just going to be your stencil. If it's not right, you could always try again. This is just a scrap piece of paper. Cut it out. I think that's pretty fun. So now, to make the envelope. Okay, once you have the stencil the size you want it, you are going to take your piece of paper and, see, I have a 12 by 12 scrap piece of paper here. I'm gonna line it up against the bottom, and then I'm gonna fold it where the top of the page is. We want our envelope to be able to open, so that's essentially what we're doing here. I'm gonna line it up. Now, just so we don't see the cutting marks, I'm gonna fold it backwards as well. Now, I'm gonna line it up and trace the heart. What you wanna make sure happens here is that the heart touches the top of the fold. So I'm just gonna quickly do this again because I think mine was a little bit too low. And the beauty about this being pencil is that you could erase what you don't use. So now the key is just to make sure I cut out the right heart, right? Do you ever do that? You're on one and then next thing you know, you're on another. So remember, you want the top of the heart on the fold because it has to be able to open. Now, with it still folded, you're gonna cut it out. And you wanna make sure you probably have like an inch along here so that you have enough folded space. All right, so that's your heart with the fold on top. This is essentially the inside of the heart because when you fold it like this, it should be the exact size. Now, to do the bottom of the heart, you're just gonna take your second piece of paper and trace it. So I'm gonna put it over here. I want the trace line on here, but I want it to fit on this way. And because I made this heart, it's not exactly perfect, or possibly, I mean, maybe it is, but I'm gonna trace it so that the 2 white parts or the 2 insides are on the same playing field. And then I'm gonna overlap it a little bit, so I'll start it up here. And then just trace. So now you're cutting out just the bottom back of the heart. So okay, here's my heart. This is the back of it. I'm gonna line it up perfectly and then I'm gonna use my stapler to staple it. Now what you wanna make sure you do is, since this is the back, you wanna make sure you're stapling it so the front of the staple is on the front of the heart. See how that's the back of the staple? Now this might be easier for you if you do it this way. So you see your front and your front. Also, if you have a sewing machine, this would be a fun thing to do with a sewing machine, but for simplicity's sake, and because I like the look of a staple, I'm using a stapler. Now, if you could see here, it shifted a little, so I'm just gonna trim it up. That's a nice part about it being paper, is you could just trim it so it fits. And there you go, there's your envelope. This part, I'm just gonna use a sticker to keep it shut once I put my heart in there. And as an extra precaution, because I'm a little bit nervous about sending these open like this, I am going to take some packing tape and cover them up because sometimes the post office gets a little finicky. And because this is staples, I feel like they might not be cool with that. I'm not gonna worry about the front because it's not pointy, just the back. Oh my goodness, packing tape is so sticky. You have to be careful with it. I'm gonna show you how to make the card for the inside. So take your original stencil and you're gonna just trim it about 1/2 inch so that it's smaller, because this piece of paper would not fit under there. So you're just gonna go around and make your stencil for your card inside. And then you could test it to make sure it works before that you do it. Perfect. So easy peasy. You could either use a complementary color, you could use white, you could use red, you can make it out of a thicker cardstock. I am going to use a white piece of cardstock because I like the white and the pink together. Now the other thing I am going to do, because you will see this, I'm going to erase the lines inside my envelope so it looks a little bit nicer. Now I would definitely suggest using a pink marker or a pink pen to write your note on. But again, just fits right in there perfectly. Shut it. All right, so I went through my stickers and I found a couple different options. These are the Shop Van Dough little hearts. And then this one is from a Happy Planner kit, I believe. So I'm just gonna use this one because it's a simple heart. But if you want, you could also use washi tape or anything to stick it down, because you really want it to be sticky. And I'm thinking that might not be sticky enough. And then on the front, I found this old label, and you could just use a regular label if you want, but I found this old one, so I'm trying to recycle it. From when I used to work on the Tony Danza show, I'm gonna cut it off. Actually, now that I do that, what I think would be even cuter is if it was shaped like a heart. So, bam, watch this. And now I have a place to write the address. Put the stamp up here, and then I'll probably put my address on the back. How fun is this? They remind me of those heart-shaped boxes that have chocolates inside for Valentine's Day. And who doesn't love that? This video is dedicated to my dad. I'm totally a daddy's little girl, even now in my 30s. I talk to my dad almost every day on the telephone. He supports everything I do and helps me talk through any situation I'm dealing with. Thanks for everything. I love you, Dad. And thank you for watching. I hope this video has inspired you to get creative when it comes to envelopes. I know for me, this whole series has really helped me push my creativity and make things that I normally wouldn't make in my everyday life. I hope it's doing the same for you. Don't forget to share your projects with me on social media or in the comments below. All right, everybody, have a great week, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.